Hello, friends. Um, I'm still recovering from my illness, but I was inspired to make a little short video. Um, I want to talk about the second awakening I had, and I always include it in, um, you know, the maid awakening, and then sometimes I'll just bypass this one a little bit, like hurry up and explain it. But I wanted to go in depth with it uh, so that people might understand where I'm coming from. And so uh, one day I was walking, everything was normal as usual. And then I went into a samadhi state, and everything looked ephemeral. Um, it was like a dream, and it had cloud like appearances. And it was enjoyable, and I could still feel myself walking, but something else had taken over my body. And this, the, the absolute light, when I found myself watching my feet hit the ground, it's I could see a patch of sidewalk, and I could see my feet, but it's like I didn't have legs or anything else. And, um, but I could know that I was still walking down the street, but I was formless awareness simultaneously. And I had an experience where somebody was passing me by, and I heard my body speak, but I did not speak. The stillness, the still, quiet me was not speaking. Speaking belonged to the body. The feet walking belonged to the body. And I went in to the, I was delivering mail, and letters, and I had an exchange with people, but I still was not talking. And this went out for about 30 minutes, and then um, I just fell into a meditation of what was going on with me. And so this awakening is primarily why I say I am silence and stillness, because I have pockets of stillness that arise in me, and it doesn't matter if I'm speaking or not. And it sounds strange, but I've come to acknowledge that this is what enlightenment looks like for me. Everybody has their own version of it, but, and that's beautiful. I love hearing stories about awakening, enlightenment. I love all this because it's so unique to all of us. And so what I found is that between like the namaste, between the subtle of it's in the subtle realms where the opposites have come together. My body is part of my expression on this planet, and I adore it, and I take care of it. And my formless awareness, it's all one thing. And when you lie between nirvana and suffering, or it's right in between, because you know yourself as the equanimity of both. They come together in you. And this is what I experienced firsthand. And so when I say that life is your greatest teacher, I've never had a guru. I've never, I've studied with Auntie Ashanti once and Mukti when we brought her here to Huntsville. I hosted her, and our center hosted her, and I was in charge of that. And so that's the only two that I've come close to that I studied with, but I never had a guru. Life wanted to wake up in me, and that's all I can say. And I think we're all equal. I think the greatest gift we can give each other is to see each other in our true nature. And I just got out of a 9-day sprint in the hospital, and I saw angels everywhere, called nurses and, doctors, and I just see people in their true light. And then I can see where they might be falling short of knowing themselves with realization. And so this is, if you let your brain relax, just don't pay attention to your thoughts. They don't say anything about you. It's just narrative and images. That's how I experience the mind. And I learned to let them relax. So I don't have, um, there's nothing to resist and there's nothing to allow. That doership is gone for me because life is creates itself with every one of us, and our beliefs are the culprit. So you lay aside your beliefs, you lay aside your concepts, and lay them, they just let it rest. And then you're free to use concepts without being used by them. You're willing to have a stance on politics or everything, and you're not bound to it. You're walking the middle way. To the subtlety, because when we claim something, we show how unenlightened we are by claiming to be enlightened. You know? Everything has its opposite. And when you let those lie down, you're not caught up in what's right and what's wrong. You trust the consciousness that you are. And we can't know what's coming, but it's all good. It's all good because you know it's all good. It's a knowing in your heart that there are no enemies. We don't have enemies. No. Even our government. I was listening to a report that said that so many people are afraid of what's happening to the United States, that all these other countries are changing their views and they're not going, they want democracy. Germany is one, Canada is another, I think Australia, I mean, you can see that we're going through something that's changing the world as we know it. But we don't really know what's ahead. And that's okay because we don't have to know. It's just perfect. And you can live your life in the perfection of it all and trust. There's a basic trust that fills your being with everything, because the enemies are man-made, and when we let all that go, it's all presence in politicians, presence in the guru, and presence in the suffering, presence in whatever. It doesn't really matter because we're on a journey. And you're okay. Just remember that where you are right now is where consciousness wants you. And you can open up without resisting or allowing. Just don't follow the doership of your mind. Follow your heart. And your heart will inform you. Well, I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm going to let you go. But thank you for listening, and let me know what you think. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.